Hello, welcome to another episode of Book Talk. Today I'm going to be talking about four books. The first one's by an indie author. His name is G.F. Allen, and I have him on my Twitter feed. I share a lot of his tweets quite often. He's an excellent author. And the other one is He Who Fights with Monsters by Shirtaloom. It's a LitRPG book. It's a genre that I actually just started getting into, and I'm actually quite enjoying thoroughly. So the reason why I'm doing things a little bit different today and reviewing four books instead of one or two is A Kingsguard on the Road to Celestia. I've actually read a while ago. I just wanted to review it with He Who Fights with Monsters series because it's He Who Fights with Monsters is mainstream, and I wanted to give this indie author's review a review with another book that's mainstream, hoping to get him a little bit more views because his book actually is quite well drawn out, and it's well done, and I do feel that the fans of the He Who Fights with Monsters series will enjoy A Kingsguard, A Road to Celestia. As well as I thought it might be a little bit weird just to start a review on book three of an entire series, because I've been reading the He Who Fights with Monsters series longer than I've had this YouTube channel, because this YouTube channel I've only created it within the past couple of months. So I'm just going to review all of them instead of just starting with the third book, and hopefully you all enjoy the review, and hopefully you go out and get the books as well. So let's get this started. So here's the first book. It's A Kingsguard Tale, Book 1, Road to Celestia. The main character's name is Dart, and he is given a task of escorting Ava. And he's always dreamt of becoming a Kingsguard, and this is his shot to becoming a Kingsguard. And along the way, this escort mission turns into a whole big massive thing. And honestly, if you enjoy Final Fantasy, this book has massive Final Fantasy vibes. And I've played all the Final Fantasies from the first one that was on the regular Nintendo all the way to 12. Final Fantasy 13 and later, I feel aren't very good games, but regardless, I've always been a Final Fantasy fan, and this has massive Final Fantasy vibes. Now, the novel, it does kind of struggle with information overload, I find. There is immense lore and backstory, and it's all amazing. It very well crafted. You can tell he planned the story outline, and you can also tell that this book kind of went off the story outline and went its own way, which all great books do. But along with the massive lore and backstory, you can often run into lengthy info dumps that kind of disrupt the flow, and it can make it hard to stay engaged. However, I was able to stay engaged. Once you get through the info dumps, you get into an immense story that's very well told and very well crafted. The characters are very promising, and the quest is very fast-paced, and keeps enough of the mystery to kind of keep you engaged at times. But for people who really like these detailed type of books, that I very much recommend this book to you, because to me a lot of it seemed like info dumps. But when I talk on Twitter, which again I'm only on Twitter, I'm not on Facebook. Whenever I'm on Twitter, I find that a lot of readers actually do enjoy very detailed books, and this author, he loves his detail. So if you enjoy that type of thing, definitely go out and read it. It's rated over 4 stars on Goodreads. It's got 65 written reviews, so definitely give it a chance. So that is A Kingsguard Tale, Book 1, Road to Celestia. The author, G.F. Allen. He is coming out with book 2 fairly soon, so do go out and buy book 1. Again, it's excellent, massive Final Fantasy vibes. I do highly suggest it. I found that it came across as having heavy info dumps, and because of the immense backstory and lore, but again, some people really love that type of detail. He is an extremely detailed author. He leaves very little to the imagination. He's very good at the show don't tell method. So I do give him props for that. But yeah, definitely go out and buy it. And now let's get into book 1 of He Who Fights with Monsters, which is a lit RPG adventure. Okay, so the He Who Fights with Monsters Book 1 introduces Jason, who is unexpectedly summoned to the magical world of Palamustus and must navigate a new reality filled with monsters and magic. He awakens in a hedge maze with no clothes and discovers, like when I say no clothes, he is buck naked. And he discovers that he has new abilities like an interface, a quest system, and astral affinity. And when I mean interface, it's kind of like something you would see in a video game. And when you're playing World of Warcraft and you hit Q for the quests, and it gives you that quest journal. He has that, and he has this interface that actually gives him rewards for quests that nobody else has access to. And after some initial struggles, including encounters with cultist monsters, Jason learns to utilize these abilities and even claims a special magic domain. The book sets the stage for a larger conflict involving a dark cult and a looming monster search. So I'm just going to kind of give you the key events and details from start to finish, and I'm going to try not to spoil anything though. Okay, so this is a picture that I found on the internet. It's basically artwork of the main characters of book 1. So there's Jason Asano, the one with just the shirt on. It's pretty much how they find him, because eventually he does find pants. He's the protagonist, summoned from Earth with unique abilities. The lion is Gary, one of the people initially held in a cage with Jason, and not pictured here, there is Dougal, a character who attacks Jason with a shovel. That part is absolutely hilarious. Rufus, Anissa, and Farah. And Rufus and Farah are right there to the right of Jason. There are other individuals held alongside Jason. Rufus actually is a famous son of his parents actually hold a school for adventures and teach them how to be adventurers. There is Amir Bahadir, a gold rank character who helps Jason later in the book. He's not in this picture. Sophie Wexler, a character who forms a relationship with Humphrey Geller, another character in the book, and Melody Jane, a leader of a church and mother of Sophie Wexler. So breaking into the book now. So Jason is summoned to Palamustus due to a misfired ritual by Landemir Vane. And in his initial challenge, he finds himself stark naked in this hedge maze. And alone, facing attacks from monsters like the potent hamster. Yes, they actually have a giant hamster attack our stark naked protagonist right at the beginning, and actually the hamster it ends up being a worthy foe of Jason's at the very beginning. He barely beats it. And then he encounters blood cultists and must fight off various monsters, including some that actually lead him to acquiring a blood cultist trowel. And then Jason develops his skills, including the use of gold rank spirit coins to defeat high-ranking cultists. He creates a magic domain by linking Gary's sword, the dark amulet, and the cloud house to his soul, stabilizing the space. It's revealed that a dark cult led by the Builder is secretly destabilizing the world and causing incidents like the Monster Surge. introduction to this world is basically the book introduces the concept of monster surges and the magic system where the individuals bond with essences to gain abilities and rank up. So they have your normal people, and then you have iron rank, which is the first rank, and then bronze rank, silver rank, gold rank, all the way to diamond rank, which is the top. And usually gods are diamond ranks. And the more you rank up, the best way to put it is the less human-like you are. The more you want to rank up, the more of your like internal organs you lose. So after a while, you don't need to breathe anymore. You don't need to eat anymore. You don't need to drink anymore. So you can basically swim in water for an infinite amount of time if you rank up long enough because you don't need to breathe. The social dynamics are awesome in this. Jason begins to navigate the rigid political system of Palimpsestus and forms a relationship with other characters. They did a very good job in introducing politics to this book. And it keeps you reading because at times it really irks you and makes you really start to root for the protagonist because nobody likes it when politics get in the way. The book hints at future conflicts with the Builder cult, vampire plans in the astral space, and potential for dimension-altering events. So it is very good at foreshadowing for future books, which again, this is book one. I think there's like 6 books out in it so far. The series emphasizes the growth of characters through leveling up and gaining new abilities. Jason likes to explore his own powers and identity as he adapts to the new world. He faces off against cults and monsters, highlighting the struggle between good and evil. So it very much spotlights on that. The book explores the social implications of a rigid power structure like the tyranny of rank. And when it comes to the nature of good and evil, Jason grapples with the complexities of morality as he navigates a world where his powers are inherently linked to darkness. So that's book one. And in book one, you definitely get a feel for the book when you figure out that right off the hop, Jason Asano is stark naked and he's fighting this hamster. It's a very type of comedic relief type of book. I was almost in tears laughing through reading it. I highly suggest it. So without further ado, I'm going to get into book two. So for book two, Jason continues his journey in the world of magic and monsters, focusing on his progression as an adventurer and his growing involvement with powerful factions and enemies. Because it kind of this book, it's heavily political, but it's not. It's the politics are a key element, but it doesn't get in the way of the actual narrative of the story. And the key events of this book include a demotion. So when it comes to He Who Fights with Monsters, they kind of go in a star ranking system for adventure. So you got your 1-star adventure, your 2-star adventure, your 3-star adventure. And starting book two, Jason starts off as a 3-star adventure, but he gets demoted. And it also involves a dangerous contract in this book, kidnapping, a near fatal experience with a starseed implementation attempt. A starseed is basically something from a god that is trying to manipulate a lot of the goings on in that world, which they're not supposed to. Surprise, surprise. But he implements starseeds to kind of possess people. And Jason also grapples with his growing power, especially his familiar, which is basically a swarm of leeches that he names Colin. Again, it's supposed to be funny, which it is. It's you have to read it to actually get how funny that actually is. But the implications of his powers and the world around him are basically what this kind of concentrates on. So the demotion from the Adventurers Guild is originally perceived as arrogance, but his competency and humility earn him back to 3 stars in the book. And this actually sets the stage for a contract that sets him on the actual point of the book. And the contract takes him on a long kind of road, and it's set by another character in the book named Belinda, and it's a plan to gain experience for her Adventure Society's assessment. This journey leads them back to the town where Jason first encounters the Shabs, and a silver rank monster manifestation actually attacks a town, putting Jason in a dangerous situation where he's actually severely injured and requires a 4-day recovery in the book. This results in his actual first scar and mark of significant damage. Then Jason is kidnapped by the Silver Rankers under orders of Cole Silva, Killian, Laurent, and Lucius Lamprey. Lucius Lamprey is a very important character and is the head of the Magic Society. They attempt to implant a starseed, but Jason's soul actually proves inviolable, and only his familiar Colin can repair the damage from the ritual, because Colin is originally inside of Jason, and that's where he's held. And when and until Jason actually takes him out, Colin can actually heal Jason once he gets damaged, and that's how he's able to fight off the starseed. So Colin, the Apocalypse Leech summon that is seen here in the picture, he's actually responsible for keeping Jason alive while the Starseed tries to take effect. The Starseed is implanted in him by the Builder, and Jason actually fights it off, and he actually survives the encounter, and he's known as the Rejecter to the Builder and his cult. And you hear a lot of that in book 3. But this little guy here, when he's inside Jason, before Jason actually lets him out, and it's actually like a swarm of little leeches like this little guy on the stake. But while he's inside Jason, he can actually heal Jason through his bloodline, because he actually lives inside of Jason's bloodline, which I actually find extremely cool. So that's book 2, and it very much kind of sets up the entire series and what the series is about. So basically, you get the idea that this whole series is about the Builder, a god that's actually, his whole job is laying the seeds in throughout the universe so that the universe has something to build off of, and that's his whole entire job. And I guess the Builder gets bored of his job and starts to try and take control of vast worlds and basically make them basically make it so that they worship the Builder and only the Builder. And that's where we get into book 3. So, book 3, Jason is kidnapped by Cole Silva and Lucian Lamprey. Lucian Lamprey is basically a hotshot in the book. I'm not sure. I think I've talked about it in this video before, but Lucian Lamprey is the head of the Magic Society in this world. While Jason's isolated and tortured by Silva, Jason's friends embark on a search to actually find him, and they divide into teams to investigate different leads. The story explores the themes of betrayal and political intrigue, and the struggle for power as Jason's teams navigates through threats from both within and outside of their group. So, when Jason is captured by Cole Silva and Lucian Lamprey, who are targeting him for his connection to Sophie and perceived threats to their plans, during this captivity, Jason is subjected to torture and his interface powers are suppressed, severing the party's link and his companions, so they can't even use that to actually try and find him. Jason's friends, when they search, separate into teams. Neil and Clive confront Thalia Mercer about her son Thadwick's potential involvement. Thadwick is kind of an annoying part of this series. He's very much the spoiled rich kid, and if you read the book, you'll actually see how he actually gets involved. Belinda and Sophie investigate criminal organizations in Old City because Jason actually saved them from a life of crime. They actually find that they owe him in some way, and Rufus seeks information from Adris Dorgan. The kidnapping and separation highlights the strengths and weaknesses of Jason's team, I find, as they adapt to the crisis. The story delves deeper into the political landscape, with characters like Thadwick Mercer playing a significant role in the unfolding events. So before this, the biggest event Thadwick actually had was in book one. He punched Jason out once and basically kicked the crap out of him. And he also sent his goons after Jason to try and kill him. And those were they only took like a chapter or two in the whole like two books, so he's very not very well much into this story, but in book three he actually gets a significant portion of it. The narrative explores various power dynamics, including Jason's personal power growth, the political machinations of different factions, and the conflict between Jason and his enemies. Now, what I find with book three, especially, is it focuses on teamwork. While Jason is a strong individual in his own right, the story emphasizes the importance of teamwork and the unique skills each member brings to the group. The events of the book lead further to character development, particularly in Clive, I find, who undergoes a significant transformation. The kidnapping of Silva's betrayal adds layers of complexity to the themes of trust and loyalty within the group. And the book continues to explore the magic system, character progression, and the challenges of surviving in a world filled with monsters and powerful beings. The story maintains a balance, I find, of action, humor, and strategic thought, characteristic of the entire series, I find. The narrative introduces unexpected twists and turns, and it keeps you engaging and guessing about the future direction of the story. The book also includes some romance, believe it or not. It has some romantic elements, adding another layer to character interactions and relationships. So with book three, it actually it has a very surprise ending, and I'm actually looking forward to book four. I Before book four though, I bought Les Miserables, so I'm going to break into that, and I'm also reading book 12 of The Wheel of Time. I'll probably do something like the same thing I did here, because I haven't reviewed books 1 through 11 in my YouTube video, because I've only created this YouTube channel about a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'll probably review all the books in one video. So just leave a comment. Let me know what you enjoyed about this review. If you have read any of these books, put a comment of what you thought about these books. If you haven't read these books, just to leave a comment of what you actually find fascinating when watching this video. And I will attempt to reply to every single comment. But that's about it. Thank you very much, and catch you on the next one.